Welcome to Subramani. Here is a very interesting letter from a doctor based in Singapore. He said, I saw some of your YouTube videos and thought about asking you some investment advice. I have zero knowledge in this area. I think this is a very good thing for a person to accept that he does not know the subject. That is the step one to learning. I am a doctor based in Singapore for the past decade. I am 44 years old. I earn well, I live well within my means and save a decent amount every year. I am married, I have 2 kids, I work in the public healthcare sector and my job is reasonably stable. We have permanent residency status here. I have about rupees 3 crores in NRE FD and that has been my principal investment strategy for the past 10 years. Since COVID struck, I have been forced to seek other investment options. I have chosen USG FCNR with forward currency cover from DBS and NRE deposits from Indusind. They have better rates and appear to be reasonably stable. Besides, I have an apartment worth about 1 crore in India, fully paid, and apartment worth 5 crore in Singapore. There is still a loan pending on that of 3.5 crores. I also have a provident fund in Singapore, currently about 50 lakhs in it. My parents are well off and I will have a sizable inheritance coming which might make kids' education easier later on. In surgery and in life, I've always strived to become better, and at what I understand what I do, I stay away from things that I don't understand. So my humble question is it a blunder to stick just to this strategy of bank fixed deposit? If so, if it is so, then what corrective action should I take? Dr. Anup Thomas. Doctor, what question you are asking me is a question which very many people ask, and I like the fact that you say that you earn well and live well within your means, and you are also going to have an inheritance, but you are just guessing. That is slightly risky, which means if your parents live longer than you expect them to live, how are you going to fund your children's education? That is just hoping that you will get the inheritance before they get educated. That is risk. Second, you have not said anything about your life insurance. I am assuming that you have adequate life insurance because you have not said anything about your wife's earning, but you have daughters whose education has to be provided for. And you also have a 3.5 crore loan on your Singapore property. You will earn well for sure, but please understand that if you retire at 55 or 57 and you come back to India, you need to provide for another 40 years, 35, 40 years, I don't know. So you need to provide for that. So you, after providing for all this, if you think you have adequate money, then your answer can be stick to FCNR deposit. However, please understand that current income is always taxed at a higher rate than at which capital gains is taxed. So instead of keeping your money in only in bank deposits, which will get eroded by inflation, and if the dollar as a currency declines against all other currencies, I'm not saying it will decline too much against the rupee, but if it declines against other currencies, then the return that you are going to get is not going to be very high, and it may not be adequate for you to provide for everything. So my approach to this would be very simple. First, write down your goals. If you are a doctor and you think your children are going to do MBBS or the medicine education, and they are going to US for education in medicine, then the numbers that you have put are grossly inadequate. It will be nowhere near enough for their education. Don't think that your inheritance will definitely come before the children are ready for education. What if there is a delay? How are you going to handle it? So you have to manage with your own money, not wait for inheritance from your parents. That could be completely wrong. And if you have had a discussion with them, it's okay. What if they have other plans? What if they want to say, I've given my son education and I want to give some money away to charity? You don't know. You can't go and ask them. And so therefore I would think, first write down all your goals, both your children's education and your retirement. This would what be the goals for most people. If your goals are different, if you want to travel and all that and you want to provide for that, provide for all that. See how much money you have, adjust it for inflation. If you, in fact, if you pick up this goal-based book, you will know how to do it. It's not very difficult. You can go online and find tools to be able to do it. So write down your goals, and in the next column write down how much it costs today, and on the third column write down how much it will cost with inflation. And also, you're only 44 years of age. You've got another 15 years to work. And after that you may have another 30-40 years to live. So how much money would you require for your retirement? Thumb rule, if you are going to be in India, I don't know about your lifestyle, but target at least $1 million US, which is about 7.5 crores as of today, just for your retirement. Of course, you don't need it now, you need it only when you're 60. I think investing in a MSCI index, which is a world index run by Morgan Stanley, you could go to Vanguard, you could take Charles Schwab, anybody will give you a world index fund. Just start putting money away in a world index fund, because I do not think at this current corpus level you have adequately provided for these simple goals. And if you have some other bigger goals or some expensive hobby like photography or travel, this money will not be adequate. So keeping money only in bank fixed deposits, it's a very nice way to do, but it is very inefficient in most parts of the world, because you will be taxed at the highest rate. You're a doctor, you must be earning very well in Singapore. So on that, anyway, you have to pay income tax, and you have to pay income tax on the amount of interest that you get. But if you shift that to a capital gain, maybe you can withdraw it only after you're 60, after you're retired. Maybe you're in India, or maybe you're going to be in Singapore and work till 75. I don't know those plans. So write down your plans, see whether you have adequate money for all those goals. If you have, then your strategy is perfectly right. If you don't, then you have to worry about taxation and inflation. Therefore, I would suggest that you start investing slowly, maybe a small amount, maybe $500, 500 Singapore dollars or 1000 Singapore dollars per month in a world index fund, clearly saying I will touch this only for my retirement. I will not touch it for anything else. And even if you put away 1000 US or 1000 Sing dollars every month, you wouldn't be too badly off. In another 16 years, you would have created a corpus. In the meanwhile, check out with your parents, find out what are their plans, will they pay for your children's education. If they won't, it's time that you provided for that also. Thank you, doctor.